attachment node tutorial here. I've been watching a few, learning a little bit, and I think I'm figuring out where I'm messing up. Because I've had some color issues with the diable tractor that I'm working on now. So basically, on my YouTube channel, the tractor we're going to be using, or if you're on my Twitch, !mods, it'll take you to this link. If you scroll down, here is the Stagger Pack. It's a mod hoster. I suggest using Firefox or Google Chrome if you guys are going to be doing these, downloading these mods, because I've had some issues with Internet Explorer, all this pop-up stuff. Pretty cool, diable, has a quad track and a stagger. So you download this one and this one. And then what you'll want to do is make sure this is the track pack, this is a stagger pack. You have to copy these out and then put these individual folders into your mod folder, because if you are just in this folder itself, it's just going to see these files and it's not going to see it in game. You actually have to copy that folder over, because then it actually has your XML and your mod descriptor. That's the most important for the game to see it. So anyway, what I've done is I actually copied out just the 620 and I actually extracted it. And what I'm going to do now, because I've been having some problems, is I want to make sure it looks right in game. So basically what I did is I just copied this over to my mod folder. Copy here. Now when I open the game, let's see, game capture's on. Let's see if we can get this video right. Okay, see the game. I'm going to open this tractor up, make sure there's no errors, because I was trying to duplicate a problem and come to find out I didn't. When I extracted the tractor, for some reason it didn't fully extract correctly. I'm going to get white to make sure. And I don't see any errors, just a little pissed. Okay, everything is the same color. That was my biggest issue before. And what we're doing when I say attachment nodes is, some of you guys may know, some may not know, some of these tractors have hitches on the front, but usually you can only attach to the little guy over here. As you can see how high that hitch is on the trailer. That's just a regular hitch, that's the default trailer, and these are the low hitches. So basically, if you drive up to this guy, it hooks up and you can push them around. It's a little easier to get it back in, for example, if you're trying to get it into a parking spot. But if you pull up to this guy right here, nothing. You're not getting that attachment pop up. So same deal with back here. We're going to get it on this one because this tractor is set up for low hitch, and you can do it with a weight. You can attach a weight. But see how we're attaching fine? It's lined up well. But when I go over to the little trailer, you'll see we're not getting any kind of message to be able to hook it up. And like I said, to show you, most of you guys know, if we go to weights, buy us a weight. Where's the weight? There it is. If we go grab this weight, we're going to flip it over. It will let us hook up to this guy. You see how it's higher? That's the biggest thing in game stuff. It's looking for the height. And it's actually an XML thing, but that's, I think, their theory. So now we can hook up there. But we're going to make it so basically you don't have this weight, because this tractor you can't even hook a weight up the front, which is going to be another video. I will show you how you can. We don't want to have to pull this guy around, then we want to hook back up to this trailer, have to drop it, because if we go back to this trailer, some stuff will let you hook up. It doesn't look like we're going to. Sometimes you can back up to this guy. It's probably not getting close enough, and it'll let you hook, but it'll be a mess. If I lower that out of the way, maybe it'll make a difference. Yeah, see how we have some problems here. So we don't want to have to mess with all that junk. So we're going to show you how to add this stuff in without dealing with that. I'm going to go ahead and we're not using so much resources here. Yes, I'm going to leave the game up, but we're going to do this. So I'm going to use another tractor I've been using to get some files off of. We're going to keep that open. Go ahead, I'm going to try to work out of the same folder that the tractor's in. That way I'm not having to keep copy back and forth every time I make a change. And I always try to go and back up. I'll have a backup as well, so that way when you make a change, if you really mess something up, you can go back to your last change. So backups, actually mods. I'm going to delete the old one I was working with because I already have it saved somewhere else. But as an example, we know that thing's okay, so we're going to copy it here. It's going to be a little backup. Close that out. First off, I'm going to give this guy some kudos. Let's go in and mod the script. Paradox AGI. I'm not familiar with him, but he's the one that did this tractor, so that's pretty cool because he did two different versions, changed the horsepower on them, and made them diable, which I'm going to work on that later and figure out how he did that. But back to show you how you can mess things up, I think. So first off, we're going to go into this is the front part, this is the back part. Cameras are important. If it doesn't have an extra camera, see how it's off to the side, you get a camera inside that we're working on. It's green right now. You would want to go in and create a camera if it didn't have an extra one out here, because what happens is you start moving around and you save this file, you get in game. I've had issues where it saved that camera location as well, so you'll be all goofed up. So you can actually go in and rename this camera, but biggest thing is we're going to go view camera and we're going to work off this work camera. So now you can move around and it's not going to save all the moving around and everything we're doing with the camera. So first things first, I want to go to this back part. We're going to look for the trailer attachment low. And I had some problems here, and I think I can replicate it, but we're going to see. If I hit create, edit, I usually use a keyboard, so sorry about having to look for that, but edit and duplicate, it'll duplicate that node or any part you're doing. I do Control D, but because we're doing a tutorial, it'll do it this way. So I hit Control D, and basically, let's go down here. It'll add that node that we can put up here, but it still has the original as well. It has the same name, but you can basically duplicate it and move the other one around for what you're wanting to do. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to save this. We'll go back in the game, and it should change colors. So I keep making a liar of myself here. I'm doing example videos, but let's shut off monitor capture so we can see the gameplay, hopefully. Game's not loading yet, so 1 second. Career opened up. We buy this tractor, get white. Once again, it's easier to see the color difference. If there's a problem, not a problem. So now let's go back and see if we can duplicate the problem. If not, I'm not going to get into it. I think it might have just been an issue what I had going on with the bad extraction. So I'm going to move this up. I think what happens is this changes some nodes around. And what I was doing is I was like, well, I'm going to move this guy around so it's easier so I can see my references. Oh, it's up here, so move up. Move up. And I'm going to even complicate it some more. I'm actually going to rename it so it's not the same name. Now let's hit save again. monitor capture. I'm gonna get these windows. What I was doing is I was right clicking and moving down, moving up, and to rename you just come down here and you can just blah blah blah, and it'll change it. And sorry about that. Okay. Save. And we'll bring the game back up and we'll see if it changes. Colors are not in the back. This has been a process that's been killing me because I can't seem to replicate the problem. I had it happen to me and didn't happen the next time, so it may have just been bad file. We're gonna find out right now. Let's go white. Oops. Tab. Yep, there we go. So what's happening there is, see how the back's a yellow and the front is gray. I think my theory, back to monitor capture. Let's quit this. We're not using so many resources. I think what happens is you have right here, there's the trailer attachments and there's index paths down here. Let's see, I need to do, okay. And the XML is looking for the index path. See, there's one greater than 9, one greater than 10. Well, the color is underneath this somewhere. And when I'm talking about this XML, I got the folder open already. Yes, I do. If you go into your vehicle XML right here, it has all these are the nodes, index paths. The ones we're going to be working with a little later are the attachments. And it's, see, this is up higher. Right here is a trailer attachment. It's 18, one is greater than 9. Well, what happened was when I moved this node, or moved this actual transform at the moment until you make it a part or whatever. You see how there's parts and then there's transform groups. When I moved it up, I'm changing the index path. See how it's 1 is greater than 9. This one's 1 is greater than, or I'm sorry, this is 1 greater than 10. This is 1 greater than 9. Well, see how this guy here is 1 is greater than 11. If I take this and I move it down, it now makes this 1 is greater than 10 and this is 1 is greater than 11. So I think what happens is it's looking for the color nodes down here in the XML. Here's all your color nodes. Well, you're changing stuff in here, and that way when the game loads, it's not finding the correct nodes for that. That's a little over my head as well, and probably confusing you if you're just getting into this, but it's very important because that's where we're going to start pulling these attachments and making this stuff work. You have to have the right nodes. That's what's so important. So I think that's what caused the color problem. So let's go ahead. Let's delete this old file because it may be all messed up and corrupt. So I'm going to delete. We're going to go back to that backup. I'm going to copy it. And we're going to paste it back in here. And then we're going to try to open the game back up. Make sure that it's not screwed up again. Okay. Career. And let's bring the tractor up. So white's easiest because you can see the color difference so much. Usually I kept hitting yellow. It's like the quickest thing. Okay, we have a fully white and hopefully fully red tractor. Look at that. Cool. So let's quit that. Yes. Let's Go back to monitor capture so you can see what I'm doing. Get this guy out of the way. And go back in and start messing with stuff here. Case quad track. Get him opened up. Okay. Once again, we're going to go view and get a right camera. And we're going to start from scratch here. First off, we're going to go into the front part of this tractor. We're going to look for the upper attachment front. If you hit F, it'll focus in on that part. The bad thing was from the back. What we're going to do is we're going to hit, once again we're going to go edit. We're going to duplicate that part. Not a big deal here, it's not even going to move, but I like to rename it. So we're just going to call this trailer attachment joint front. Then we're going to, that one's simple, not a big deal. We're going to come to the back. I'm going to pull this tractor in. This here is a Deutz Fahr someone made. I don't even think, I apologize, I do not think, let me just for the hell of it here, let's go in and see. Let's bring up my mod list. I think I got this one from Mr. Moose, which his links are down below. Yeah, unfortunately, I do not see the mod link on here. I apologize, but this one, Deutz Fahr mod descript. Where are you? This one actually shows Giant Software STV modding, so he just basically was giving them credit for making the tractor, and this STV modding actually made it the black edition. It's a very cool tractor. Close it out, close it out. What we're going to do though is we're going to steal his parts. We're going to steal this little attachment back here. We don't need everything, we just need this guy, and it's nice because the joint's already on there. It's already right on that ball. So we're just going to, I'm going to first of all, I'm going to select all this down here. We're going to hit copy for the name. Then I'm going to export it, selection with all files, into my case quad track. You need that i3D file in the folder you're working on. If you try to import it from another folder, it's not going to pull it all in, you're not going to be able to see it. So we're going to go ahead and paste that name, hit save. Get rid of this guy for now, and we're going to show you something else that's very important to know. First off, we're going to import, and this is the file, open. Let's go to the back of the tractor, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you. Right now it's not inside any transform group, it's just outside of everything. See how it's lined up all the way up to the top. It's not inside. If I take the time and do everything here, let's do edit, interactive placement, let's just kind of pop it over here. So if I save this guy right now, and we go in game, because it's not in a transform group, let's make sure, open the game back up. I think I saved this, be sure. Yep. So let's open the game back up. Buy this tractor and we jump to the front of it. That hitch is not going to be there. It's going to be falling off inside the game somewhere. I have not tried to search for it. Make sure we didn't change colors again. Yeah, we're all the same color still. But yeah, as you can see, hitch is not there. It's gone. It's somewhere in the map. I don't know where. I've been told that's where it ends up, but it is not on that tractor. So to get it to show up on the tractor, because I had some problems with this, I had to watch a couple of videos again myself. Big Daddy, which is part of the Pleasant Valley group. If you go to my mods list and go down to Pleasant Valley or Pleasant Valley Rivers, very awesome maps, and they do a lot of tutorials. Dave does, DodgeNet does some map add-on. Shows you how to add fruits to maps, how to make your own map. It's just, they're basically map files themselves. So let's go back into this tractor. We're going to take this attachment. We're going to edit, cut. We want the back part. We're going to edit, paste, and it should put at the very bottom, which is very important because it won't mess up them nodes we were talking about earlier, which got the color all messed up. The X is the left and right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zero that out to the center of the tractor. Then we can mess with the where it is going to be on the tractor. We're going to pull it right in. We're going to try to make it look right. I'm going to pull it right in up against this guy. Should be close enough. And then we'll look at our height. I think I'm going to drop it down just a tad so it's out of the way of the PTO. Oops, let me get, there we go. Looks like it might be, let me get rid of this program. Sorry. Looks like it might still be kind of looking, it's not going to affect the PTO, but it's just a looks thing. Cosmetics. Let's put it right there. So now, if I save this, looks like we don't, it's attached real good, doesn't look like it's hanging off the tractor. It's actually a little high yet. Let's go down just a tad. So let's save this guy. Go back into the game. Our color didn't get screwed up. I'm like paranoid as hell with that right now. Hey, color's still the same. As you can see, our little hitch is down there. So that's the first step. The hitch has showed up. So now we're going to try to get the attachment nodes on here so it'll actually function. Because right now, just because I added that, I haven't went into the XML file and said, hey, this is an attachment node. So right now, it is not going to hook up to this trailer yet. See, nothing to pop up. So let's quit the game. Pop back out here and make it so you can see what I'm doing. So here's the attachment node. That's the back one. We're going to go up. We're going to make a front one as well, so we can hook up to the low hitches on the front. So let's go up to this front. Let's see. Where are you at? Here we are. We're going to duplicate. So edit. Duplicate, and automatically put you on the new one. We're just going to call this one trailer attachment front. That way it's a difference in names. And the nice thing about adding that hitch in like we did is it already has that attachment node on it. It's right there, just like this one had down here. See how it's just a node. It's not any kind of part. It's just something. It's just telling this XML file we're going to mess with. It's an actual node. See, it's greater than 1 is greater than 9. That's an actual node ID. So let's go into the actual XML, which is inside the mod itself. We're looking for the vehicle.xml, the actual name of the vehicle in XML. So I want to open this guy up. Here's all the good stuff. Let's bring the, so you can kind of see what I'm doing. Alright. Sometimes, there we go. You pull it up there and it'll split the screen. Can't get to the left because I have an extra monitor over here, unfortunately. So, what we're looking for, all these nodes I'm talking about are this junk right here. You got the 0 greater than 13. That look familiar? 1 is greater than 9. So we're going to go down to the attachments. Right, here we go. Here is the trailer and trailer low. So right now, the trailer low is the one is greater than 9 that I was talking about, but we want to add the high attachment to that new hitch. So what I'm going to do first off is I'm going to copy this entire line because we already know what functions. Edit, copy, go to the end, and make a line, make sure at the front, whatever you copied it. I copied all the way from the head of this line, so I'm going to make sure I go to the head again. I'm going to go edit, paste. Alright, I want to reproduce all this stuff we know is already working. It's using the same PTO, once again, as a node. If you go to the tractor, there's a PTO up here, and right there, 1 is greater than 10, right? So guess what it does? It pulls that PTO output node, 1 is greater than 10. The new attachment node for the back, right here, this is what we need. That's just the attachment node. So I'm going to just copy this. Control C is copy. I don't know if using the function up here to copy is going to work the same way. I can try, but I think it's going to pull off the program. So I'm using a keyboard shortcut, or you can just pull it off the side to look at and retype it. I'm going to hit Control C to copy. Let's go back to our XML file, and we're going to go ahead, delete the old node, Control V to paste, or edit, paste. Now we want the regular trailer. We don't want the low anymore on this new node, so I'm going to delete that low. Alright, and that'll make it so this new hitch we added in, the trailer will attach to it. Alright, we're going to go up here and do the same thing. We're going to I'm hitting Shift End, Control C to copy, End, add a line, make sure I'm at the front, Control V to paste. We're going to go back, and we're going to look at this tractor. If I can get it back up there, it'd be way too easy if I had it where you could see the whole thing. There we go. We're going to go up to the front of this tractor, and we're looking for the new attacher joint we added. In fact, I added a second one because I was showing you what not to do earlier. So let's see where we're at. Attacher front. So this one is, now here's something goofy as well. If it has a 0 is greater than, the 0 is kind of null and void, so you don't need that. Same with the 18. If you go up here, where is that one? See how it's 0 is greater than 18, and it's not using, here we go. It's not using 0 is greater than. It basically null and voids because obviously everything's greater than 0 unless it's a negative number. So we're just going to, oops. Where are you at? Let's get rid of that so it's not so difficult for me to see. Right here we want 31. So we're just going to come into this 18. We're going to make it a 31. Oops. And we're going to come in here and we're going to type in low. As of now, we're going to change this on another video. There's no PTO reference, so we're not going to worry about that right now. That's a different video. So we're going to save the XML. We're going to save the i3D. Then we're going to go back into game, and hopefully I didn't mess anything up with that extra little node there that I added and deleted 3 times. There's always something. I'm going to open game. Make sure you can see it. Career. First off, hopefully it didn't change colors on us again. Let's get a white one. Let's get a red one. And sweet, they're the same color. So now let's pull this guy around. Let's make sure he still hooks up to the front. wouldn't be a change, but it still hooks up to the front, not a problem. But the change is we should be able to hook this guy up to the front, which earlier in the video we showed we couldn't. See? So we just added that node. Cool. The other cool thing is, back here you can see that new hitch in place. Looks like it belongs there, kinda. It's a little bit in the way of the PTO, but once again, I'm not a professional here. I want to make it look nice, but I'm not too much perfectionist. We're gonna go in, make sure it still attaches that bottom hitch. Didn't mess that up. Make sure don't have any errors. And this should hook up to our new hitch back here. Back up. Just like that, and hop out. Hopefully we can get in a good view here and see what we're doing. As you can kind of see, see how it's hooked up to the new hitch. So cool. That's how you do that. I'm gonna put this on YouTube. I'm gonna stop this video and we're gonna start messing with the next project here. I'm going to add a 3-point hitch on the front of this guy. So we'll hook motors and stuff up to it. But as you can see, you can now hook up the first trailer, the smaller trailer stuff, to this tractor without a weight, and it actually looks half decent. Color's a little different, but I'll get into that as well in another video. So anyhow, hope this was helpful. So I'm going to stop this video. I'm going to come back within like 20-30 seconds here, hopefully. I don't have any problems, and I'm going to show you how to add a 3-point hitch on the front of this thing. Alright, thanks again. Hopefully it was helpful, and be sure to check out my other videos if you like them. Be right back.